we go. As I sit here and get up multiple times, my wife had said, "Hey, you gotta hit record, Goofy." So I finally got it for a third time and hit the record button. But we are so blessed and fortunate to be able to come this week for this week's tour portion. We have very much missed doing this with you guys.
Yeah, the studies.
I just feel like it is important, as I was just discussing with my beautiful wife here, that we want to apologize for our friends or family or followers that watch our tour portions each week. We've just been very, very busy. It's kind of the holiday season. We've had a lot going on, so we are sorry for those that haven't seen our videos come through. But we are again blessed to be seeing you guys tonight. In that, for this week's tour portion, we will be reading.
There'll be a link down in the description that you can click on to go and find. You can read the commentary and whatnot if you'd like.
All right. But before I do that, this word for the Torah is Vayetze.
Vayetze.
And that means, and he went out.
Mm-hmm. So that's the title of this week's portion.
Thank you. Yes, she's so good. Anyways, this week's Torah portion in the Torah section is Genesis 28:10 through chapter 32, 2. And then in the prophets section, it is Hosea chapter 12:13 through chapter 14, verse 10. And the gospel is John 1, verses 41 through 51. And today, however, we will be reading you for this week tour portion.
Just a small portion.
Yeah.
The last half of chapter 28, and then we'll read the portion in John.
Beautiful. Yep.
Put it short and sweet.
So
yeah, this tour portion, Vayetze, means he went out. It's a large portion. It's multiple chapters, and we were sitting here looking at what we want to read. But the whole thing is just so good, and it's so beautiful, and just, there's so many nuggets and so many beautiful things just in here. I mean, it's just where we see the 12 tribes get birthed, and it's amazing. But we're going to start off with Jacob's dream.
absolutely.
So I'll be reading this portion, and Dylan will read the gospel portion. So we are reading from the Complete Jewish Bible. It's for Christians and Jews. So the names are the original names. So they're a little different than your standard Bible. So Yaakov went to Beersheba and traveled toward Haran. He came to a certain place and stayed the night there. Because the sun had set, he took a stone from the place and put it under his head to lay down there to sleep. He dreamt, and there before him was a ladder resting on the ground with its top reaching to the heavens, and the angels of Adonai were going up and down on it. Then suddenly Adonai was standing there next to him, and he said, "I am Adonai, the God of Abraham, your grandfather, and the God of Yitzhak," which is Isaac. "The land on which you are lying I will give to you and your descendants. Your descendants will be as numerous as the grains of dust of the earth. And you will expand to the west and to the east and to the north and to the south. By you and your descendants, all the families of the earth will be blessed. Look, I am with you. I will guard you wherever you go. I will bring you back into this land because I won't leave you until I have done what I have promised you." Yaakov woke up from his sleep and said, Truly Adonai is in this place, and I didn't know it. Then he became afraid and said, "This place is fearsome. This has to be the house of God. This is the gate of heaven." Yaakov got up early in the morning, took the stone he had put under his head, set it up as a standing stone, and poured olive oil on top. And he named the place Bethel, which means house of God. But the town had originally been called Luz. Yaakov took this vow: if Adonai will be with me and will guard me on this road I am traveling, giving me bread to eat and clothes to wear, so that I return to my father's house in peace, then Adonai will be my God. This stone, which I have set up as a standing stone, will be God's house. And of everything you give me, I will faithfully return 1/10 to you.
Awesome.
There's so many beautiful things in that.
Oh
The
man.
one thing that I see whenever I read it, and Dylan and I were talking about it earlier, I love the Old Testament. There are so many good and beautiful things in it, and it's alive, and there's so many life lessons. But I see Yeshua, or Jesus, I see him everywhere. I see him in the tabernacle, in every detail. I see him in Christophanies throughout Scripture, but I see him in the ladder here, the symbolism of it, that angels are ascending and descending down upon him, and that he is our mediator between God and earth, and just that he came down and died for our sins, and just the beauty of it all and how deep it can be. But I don't know, there's just one thing that I see, but the blessings that God gives to Jacob is just really beautiful too.
Oh, it is, but I think, just the generational thing, like God of Abraham, your father, and God of Yitzhak. Pretty sure I butchered that, but just how it just continues. How Yeshua is with them, and won't leave until his work has been done. It's amazing. It really is.
Just the promise of the blessing too. Be
Yes.
as numerous as the dust of the earth. You stand on the beach and you feel the sand between your toes, and you just see, all of the grains.
I know.
It's
If we
just
would
beautiful.
we would all do that. It's so fascinating because we always feel like we're in some kind of race in life. We're just nonstop. It's hard to slow down. That's why I love reading my Bible with my beautiful wife. I love spending time with God each day, because I feel like when I do that, it really helps me slow down. I get clarity. He's with me, in my prayers. He helps me be consistent and be who that he wants me to be. So
It's good.
it is. All right. So with that, we're going to jump to
John 14,
and again,
verse 41 through 51.
stole my thunder.
I just remembered.
She was smart. Just kidding. So it says, the first thing he did was to find his brother Simon and tell him, we found the Meshach,
Mashiach.
which this word means one who has been anointed. So beautiful. He took him to Yeshua. Looking at him, Yeshua said, you are Simon Bar
Yohanan.
Yohanan, yes. You will be known as Kepha. The next day,
Kepha means rock.
yes,
So Peter is Kepha, it means rock.
I've heard that one before. The next day, having decided to leave with Galil, Yeshua found Philip and said, follow me. Philip was from Vayetze. Did I say that right?
Yeah.
The town where Andrew and Kepha lived. Philip found Nathanael and told him, you found the one that Moses wrote about in the Torah. Also the prophets. It's Yeshua ben Yehoseph from Nazareth. Nathanael answered him, Nathanael, can anything good come from there? Come and see, Philip said to him. Yeshua saw Nathanael coming toward him and remarked about him, Here's a true son of Israel, nothing false in him. Nathanael said to him, How do you know me? Yeshua answered, Before Philip called you, when you were under the fig tree, I saw you. Nathanael said, Rabbi, you are the Son of God. You are the King of Israel. Yeshua answered, You believe all this just because I told you I saw you under the fig tree. You will see greater things than that. Then he said to him, Yes, indeed, I tell you that you will see heaven open and the angels of God coming up and coming down on the Son of Man.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Man, just that last paragraph, I mean, like, I'm a visual, I mean, some, depending on what it is, visually in my mind, but like, wow, like when you visually put that into perspective, like in your mind, it's just so extraordinary. It's amazing. It's so beautiful.
Well, and I think it's beautiful that Yeshua, he says, I saw you. And my mind immediately jumps back to Genesis and how Hagar is in the wilderness and she calls God El Roy, which means the God who sees. And, Yeshua saw the people. You look at the woman at the well. He saw her. He knew her. And it's just beautiful. And then that he sees us today and he knows the things that we need. He knows what our lives look like. Mm-hmm. And that, we just have faith and trust in him. But it's beautiful that he is referring to what we just read in Genesis when he says, Yes, indeed, I tell you that you will see heaven open and the angels of God going up and coming down on the Son of Man. Our Bible has a footnote that says the Son of Man, an important title for the Messiah used by Yeshua to refer to himself. In the Second Temple literature, the Son of Man expresses Messiah's deity far more than the title Son of God. And then it says, see the Messiah, Son of God, or Son of Man, or both. Mark chapter 2, verse 28. I'm curious about that now. So the Son of Man is even Lord of the Sabbath.
That's cool.
And then, so our Bible has there's a big tan box here. Yes. It says, is the Son of Man, or is the Messiah the Son of God, or the Son of Man, or both? The New Testament presents Yeshua as both the Son of God and the Son of Man. Mark begins his gospel referring to him as the Son of God, chapter 1, verse 1, using the old title for the king of the Davidic dynasty. Yet in Mark chapter 8, verse 28, he refers to him as the Son of Man. Both titles were used for Yeshua throughout the New Testament. Some say that the Son of God refers to the deity and the Son of Man, his humanity. That seems logical, but based on Daniel chapter 7, the source of these expressions, there is a different picture. Written several centuries before Messiah appeared, Daniel had a vision of two divine figures on two thrones, an older-looking figure called the Ancient One, and another referred to as one like a Son of Man. It was only later that this became the title Son of Man. According to Daniel's vision, the Son of Man, in the form of a human being, is brought on the clouds of heaven and will be given eternal rule over Israel. The Son of Man, who was divine, but in human form, and was given sovereignty over the earth, became identified with God. So when the term Son of Man was used, it's based on its genesis in the book of Daniel. Deity was often in the mind of the speaker or author, that God, our Father, would have a second in command. This is an old theological thought in Israel. Both titles, therefore, can be applied to Yeshua, Son of Man, more to his deity, and the Son of God to think of his humanity, the opposite of what most people think.
Wow.
Sorry, I just had to throw that in there.
No, I think it's absolutely
curious.
beautiful. Well, I mean,
That's what I like about her.
Read, I mean, the Torah portions each week, I mean, it's hard to not get lost where you're like, I read that and that was just fantastic, and then you want to jump to those other verses. But what's important to know in that is, you know, it's a journey, it's a path, and you know, each Torah portion can be addicting. I mean,
well, it reveals more and more, and you see.
It's a better word.
You can see how the rabbis and the sages broke down the Torah portions to, once you finish the portion, you've read the entire Bible. And it's just really neat how they've pieced it together.
It is. It truly is.
But I love this Bible and its footnotes because they're meaty like that. They have really good things.
Yes, there's just so many additives with this Bible. It's just beautiful. And it goes into detail. You know, it's descriptive. And a lot of Bibles that, you know, we like King James version. You know.
Yeah, that's what you grew up with.
I have that for years. I grew up with that. But this Bible speaks to me in ways that I've never experienced before. It's just makes me feel so happy. So
I love you.
But
do you have anything else?
I don't have anything else. I'm so thankful that we get to spend time
with you guys.
With God, you know, and it's truly amazing. You know, I am so happy that, you know, I get to glorify Him in the things that we do. We get to spend time with Him. And I think that's so important. You know, and it's hard. You know, we go through day-to-day life. We, you know,
get busy.
7-day week, and you know, we tend to forget what's important. And when you spend time with Him each and every day, I think you will find that it not only builds your relationship with Yeshua and Yahweh more and more, but it also you get this feeling, you know, that He's with you, that He's there, and He wants to guide you, you know, kind of like to your dreams, you know, and lead you down the righteous path. So, but with that, I really hope you guys enjoyed reading with us this week, and thank you so much.
Yeah, so we would love to hear back from you guys. So if you have any prayer requests or have any other nuggets or things that stood out to you as you read, feel free to drop a comment down below, or you can shoot us an email. But with that, may Adonai bless you and keep you. May His face shine upon you, and may He give you His shalom. Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
Till next time.